Green's YouTube Captain Machine back for the short, and I was planning to do on the January retrospective today. It's a little bit on the late side of what I wanted, but it's something I'm going to get into the habit of doing every month, and the idea I'm going to segment it depending on what I want to work on. So that's something I'm doing right now. I've even got the camera set up until I'm not the vainest person in the world, so it takes me a while to catch up on things. But I didn't notice there's a massive spot right there, and it makes my nose really bright red because it has no head, it's just like internal. So I've got some chemicals on here which is quite toxic, so I've got the plaster on here, and it makes it look like a pillock. I'm fully aware of that, so that should be hopefully coming off tomorrow, and then I can look normal, and then I can actually get around to doing a video, say Thursday, and hopefully it'll be up by Thursday evening, or probably Friday morning, depending on how fast YouTube updates. So thank you for the patience of letting me do these videos on the iPad and the iPhone, because it makes the process of making videos much quicker and easier. But when I want to do something big and interesting, I want to get the camera out, make it look really nice, put a lot of editing into it. So that's my thought process on that one. Basically, I've been really getting back into reading Werewolf the Apocalypse. I know that the Gentleman Gamer for the longest time has been talking about the vampire clans of Vampire the Masquerade for those old school guys, and I want to do the same thing for the werewolves. Basically, I'm going to be honest with you. I know I did a review of Werewolf Forsaken, and I've got a fair selection of Werewolf Forsaken stuff. It doesn't interest me anywhere near as the old World of Darkness does. I don't like the shift in focus, and this may just be me, but I liked the grand epic Doom rather than the close-knit watch your neighbourhood feel that Forsaken gives you. Because Forsaken, it's all about protecting your territory, and in Werewolf the Apocalypse, it's about protecting Gaia. Granted, you do that on a smaller scale because you are, after all, just one werewolf or just a pack of werewolves, but you are protecting Gaia. You're not basically spiritual policemen like you are in Forsaken. You are, Gaia's soldiers, Gaia's warriors, and it's a lot of fun to do that shift. Obviously, there's elements of like eco-terrorism in there and stuff like that. When I get around to talking about it more, I'll address those particular points and let you know how I feel about them. So yeah, that's what I've been planning to do at the moment. It's my baby. It's the first ever collection of books I ever fully completed. I mean, the Ravenloft stuff you can just see up there. I only finished it about 5 or 6 years ago in its entirety, because there was some stuff that was really hard to find. Bats in Belfry, which was the CD one, I think it's that one, the white one, yeah. Is it? No, it's not. It's the... Which one is it? It's the one underneath. No, it's not. Oh, it is. You don't know if you just see it. It's just that one there. It's a little thin one, which is a CD adventure audio thing. That was the hardest to find. I might talk about that because I know that other guys have done ode to box sets, and I love box sets, as you can see. Big fan of box sets. Also, very off topic, very tangenty, whatever. But my order for the first ever Lovecraftian Britannica book is on its way to me, which is the Scotland book. The PDF is probably going to be bringing its way to me tomorrow. I'm really looking forward to reading it. Really looking forward to getting knee deep into that. And I'm going to pick up like the adventure book that first started the whole thing. I'm going to pick up Avalon. I'm going to pick up the Folklore, I think it's called, and also the London box set. They're going to do a box set about London for Call of Cthulhu in the 1920s. I am so excited. This is my nerd face. So yes, really looking forward to that. I just realised how stupid I looked. I wanted to have a bit of a rant about this facepalm, but the honest truth is I don't care anymore. Short version, it was the 25th anniversary issue of to celebrate Warhammer 40,000. In reality, there is talk about one limited edition model, which is only going to be available for a short period of time, to commemorate this event. There's a nice 6 to 8 page article in here which gives you the history of the game back from the very start, for those of you who have not been into it as long as I have. And then there's about a dozen or so pages of double spread pictures which achieve nothing, and then a battle report at the end. And that much is about 40k. This is, bear in mind, this is the 25th anniversary issue. That much 40k, that much everything else. So I'm not going to waste my time with it, I'm not going to waste your time with it. Short version is, I am not going to be buying this magazine once my subscription runs out, ever again. If something important comes up, I'll probably hear about it in a podcast rather than get the magazine, or just read it back online. There's no point in me giving Games Workshop money for a magazine which has put zero effort into it. If you want effort and you want to put your money where your mouth is, get 2000 AD for F's sake. I would love to say that this magazine is just getting good and you really need to get into it, but the honest truth is this plateaued in its peak a long time ago and has been consistently giving a good quality of service ever since then. It comes out every week. There is some great stuff in here. You get basically a series of stories from different characters and different artists and different writers. Every week you're getting the same you would get from any other mainstream comic, but you get it weekly. You don't get it monthly, and it is so much fun. And it gives them the room to play with sci-fi and fantasy concepts which other companies won't touch because there's no money in it. And I love 2000 AD. I mean, some do peaks and troughs. Loving the Absalom stuff that's coming out at the moment, which is basically a follow-on from Cannibalism Inc. Loving ABC Warriors as and when they show up. I'm loving Slain at the moment with the new art style they've got going for that. I'm really loving Judge Dredd. I mean, Judge Dredd is running consecutive in this magazine forever. And there are a couple of ones that they're doing which I'm not a huge fan of, like the Johnny Alpha stuff, Strontium Dogs. Strontium Dogs I've always been a bit about, and the fact they're retconning Johnny Alpha's death away kinda negates a lot of stuff that came out 5 or 10 years ago, especially in terms of the Durham Rev stories, because she was obsessed about Johnny Alpha when he died, so kinda disevaluates that. I'm loving the fact that they still do Nikolai Dante, despite the fact that the character has fundamentally changed recently. They're still doing him, he's still interesting, he's still worth reading about. So if you want to put your money where your mouth is, get a subscription to this. You don't have to get magazine. Magazine's like a little side extra. The stories in here rarely refer to magazine and vice versa. The good thing about magazine though is you do get a mini graphic novel with it every time. I'll give you an example. Recently we got Mercy's Height. We got all 5 books of Mercy's Height. This is book 4. I mean, normally you'd have to pay good money for this in terms of like $10 or something. No, about $20. But this comes bundled with the magazine for free. Well, part of the price anyway, you know what I mean. So yeah, get 2000 AD. Contact Rebellion. I think Barnes & Noble do it in America, so contact them and they might be able to get a subscription sorted out for you. But yeah, that's very randomy, video-y, all over the place. So a bit of Werewolf, bit of White Dwarf, bit of Cthulhu, and a bit of 2000 AD. And I think I'll leave it for that. Once this bad boy clears up, I get a little bit of free time on probably Thursday now. I'm going to make the January retrospective, and we'll get into the habit of doing that every month, and hopefully the production quality of that is just going to go through the roof, because I've got a lot of big plans for it and I'd like to share ideas with you guys out there. Thank you for your time, guys. Goodbye.